For the Unit 9 quiz practice, it says number 1, what is the sum of the degrees of the interior angles of a 17-agon? And so I went ahead and provided you the formula you're to use for the sum of interior angles. N stands for the number of sides, so in this case N would be 17. And I just plug 17 in. And then I would calculate that. So that would be 15 times 180. And if I calculate that, we get 2,700 degrees. In number 2, if the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is 1260, how many sides does it have? So currently you know that this formula equals 1260. I need to know the number of sides. So I could divide both sides by 180. And that would give me n minus 2 equals 7. Then if I add 2 to both sides, we get that the number of sides is 9. Okay, in number 3, what is the measure of an interior angle of a regular decagon? So we know that for a decagon, the number of sides is 10. So I can plug 10 into this formula here, and we would have 10 minus 2 times the 180 divided by 10 again. And so this would give us 8 times 180 divided by 10. And if I multiply that, we get 1440 divided by 10. And if I divide by 10, we get 144 degrees. So that's for each angle in a decagon, if it's a regular size decagon. What is the measure of each exterior angle of a regular nonagon? So a nonagon is 9 sides. The formula is 360 divided by n because the exterior angles all add up to be 360. So if I want to know what each one angle is of a nonagon, I divide by 9 and we get 40 degrees. Now, for number 5, 6, and 7, we want to first of all count how many sides we have of this particular figure. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know the number of sides is 7. Okay? So first, we would want to plug this in to that formula right there. Okay? To get the whole amount of degrees that are in this septagon. Okay, also known as a heptagon. Okay, also your chart that you filled out, it said that a 7-sided figure has 900 degrees total in it. So we already know that it's 900 degrees, and so it's a matter of taking all of these angles and adding them together. And that would equal 900. And so if I do add all of those together, we get 806. And if I subtract 806 from 900, we get 94. So the measure of angle X is 94 degrees. Okay. Number 6 is very similar, but in this case, we do not have 7 sides. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Okay, so we're looking at a hexagon. So a hexagon has 720 degrees in it. Okay, so I add up all my sides, all my angles, starting, I'm going to start here at this 8x minus 1. And just work my way around. We said that equaled 720. So if I combine like terms, all my x's first, we get 26x. And then if we add all of our constants, -1, 36, 116, 19, etc., we get 278. And again, this equals 720. So if I subtract 278, I get 442. And if I divide by 26, we get that x is 17. Okay, number 7. For this one, we know that all of our sides are congruent. So let's go ahead and start counting them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have the sides are 10. Okay, this is a regular polygon. It really should show like each angle is congruent. Okay, but we know that all of these angles are 10x plus 4, and there are 10 of them. So there are 10 angles times the same degree, 10x plus 4. And in a decagon 10 sides, there is 1,440 degrees. So we know that those would equal 1440. So to solve this, I would personally divide by 10 first. And this gives me 10x equals 144. And then if, I know what I did. I forgot the plus 4. So we would have 10x plus 4 equals 144. Subtract my 4, so that's 10x equals 140. And if I divide by x, x then is 1, or is 14. Okay. And then lastly for the front side, number 8. We're looking at the exterior angles. So we know that in any polygon that we have, any polygon, the exterior angles, this would all add to 360. If I add those together, it equals 360. And so I'm going to add them all together and equal that to 360. So I'm going to have a pretty long equation here. So 5x plus 4, and just work my way around. So that equals 360. If I combine like terms, I get 29x plus 12 equals the 360. Okay, so now I can solve a two-step equation. Subtract 12 and we get 348. And if I divide by 29, we get x is 12.